Blackberry.com.
Hey everybody, Kevin here for Blackberry.com. I'm with Jeff Gadway, and we are at Blackberry 7 Fan Night in Toronto. We got some new Blackberries with us. We have some old Blackberries with us, and we're gonna have some fun here because I got toys to play with. Here we go. Okay, so these are all Blackberry torches. Everybody's kind of been asking, well now there's like, we thought the torch was the slider, so why is this now the torch? And the unofficial but kind of official takeaway that I've had is the torch line represents RIM's full touchscreen experience.
That's right. I mean, not only is torch representative of kind of the full touchscreen experience, but we spent a lot of time and made a lot of investment in building out the torch brand and the torch franchise. And so we want to make sure that we can leverage that equity that we built, you know, through a lot of successful torches being sold, you know, here in North America and around the world.
It's been a great brand, well received, right? And it's a good name. I love the name torch.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I want to look at here this guy first, which is the current previous generation Blackberry touchscreen experience.
Yeah, the Storm 2.
This is the Storm 2. So, you know, let's go first. Since this is a full touchscreen, no keyboard, we'll look at the difference here. Now, obviously, so this is the Torch 9860. This is the Storm 2. You can see what's changed kind of a lot here, right? This is a lot thinner. This guy had the clickable screen. That's all gone from Blackberry now. You've seen it on the playbook, obviously, with QNX, and you've seen it now on these devices. It is regular full, and the Torch too. The first Torch also.
It's a full capacitive
touchscreen. Look here. You know, just to give you the new Torch is so sleek. I gotta say, in the hand, it feels amazing. It's a little longer. You can see similarities here, some styling cues. Like, look at even these buttons, how just thin and slick they are.
Yeah.
It's really.
Allow me for a quick second.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the things that we were really trying to do with the design of this new Torch is make it so that it feels just as good in landscape as it does in portrait. So we built this really nice ergonomic scallop design in the back, this kind of layered composition that just fits, you know, effortlessly in your hand. So if you're watching a video or you're playing a game like that Roller Coaster Rush 2, the 3D game that we have loaded on these, you know, it just feels absolutely great. It just is perfectly balanced.
Let me see how it really is too. Oh, it does feel so good.
It kind of feels like an Xbox controller.
Yeah,
right?
it's unbelievable. I mean, RIM, I don't know if they get enough credit. They've always been about feel the devices in the hand. I mean, going back to, God, even the first Blackberry Curve 8300, I remember picking it up and being like, wow, where do you go from here? It feels so good.
Yeah.
And it always surprises me. I mean, we're talking Blackberries tonight, but I mean, we've all held or owned or tried Apple products. And one thing that always floors me is how bad the iPhones feel and how Apple's never really addressed the feel in the hand. I hate holding the thing to my head. This is so nice.
And I mean,
you don't want to put it down.
That was one of our guiding principles with designing, you know, all of our products, but this product in particular. You know, we didn't want to sacrifice form for function, right?
Oh, it's beautiful.
So we've tried to deliver a product that delivers on, you know, great end user experiences and feels great in the hand at the same time.
And you've kept, and I like that. Now, some people have asked why put physical buttons on it, and I mean, I get it because that's part of the Blackberry experience still, and especially with one-handed ease of use. You know, this is the kind of device you can, you know, you're in a boardroom meeting and you're still using it under the table with one hand, which you can't do without those physical buttons, and especially without the trackpad, right? Because you could have, I guess you could have built this device without a trackpad if you really wanted to.
You know, I think the trackpad, not only is it kind of iconic when it comes to Blackberry design and ID, but, you know, when you look at the browser on this device in particular, you know, when you go to a site, you know, Road and Track, for instance. You know, this is a very, very dense site. There's a lot of stuff on it, and this is rendering, you know, the desktop version, not a mobile version or anything like that. So, you know, not only does it show how fast this renders with the 1.2 gigahertz processor, liquid graphics, dedicated GPU, all that kind of good stuff, but now you've got something, you know, you can zoom in and it re-renders beautifully, but the trackpad allows you, you know, that kind of fine navigation that you just couldn't get if it was touch alone. Right? So it's kind of, you know, you got the big screen to take in the big picture, and you got the trackpad to tackle some of the finer details.
Oh, it looks, it's a great evolution here, so I think we can push that guy out of the way and say goodbye to the Storm name forever. And now let's talk all torches here. So this is the original Torch 9800.
Yep.
First slider from RIM. good device all around. I mean, I had a couple gripes with it, which the one that bugged me most was there's no HD video recording. It seemed like such a multimedia, next generation kind of experience. So the new torch here, the 9810, really is my dream torch, basically, in terms of sliding form factor.
Yeah.
So how do these stack up to each other? How big are the differences?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I mean, you know, you'll notice when it comes to design, you know, they share that kind of all-in-one slide-out keyboard design, and that's something that was extremely popular with users around the world, right? So we didn't want to mess with that too much because that's working really well. But you know, beyond the actual you know, form factor itself, we've made a variety of enhancements. The first thing you'll notice is the display. So you know, we've got the same size display. It's still 3.2 inches, but the resolution on the Torch 9810 is twice the resolution on the Torch 9800. So this is a full VGA display, not a half VGA display. It's a full VGA display. This has got a 1.2 gigahertz processor in it, which is double what the original Torch had. So, you know, that's going to manifest itself in really smooth, snappy navigation throughout the device and really fast browsing, as we're going to see in a minute or two here. You know, beyond that, this does include a 720p video camera, whereas the original Torch didn't. So you've got, you know, HD video recording on this product here. It's got 1 gig of onboard memory. So again, really fast maneuvering between applications, and you can have multiple applications open at the same time. And you've got
1 gig or 768? 1 gig on this guy? I get confused now.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually.
768
totally right. It's 768 on this guy. Sorry.
I still got a job. Right on.
Yes.
Good. On top of the game.
And then, you know, it's got 8 gigs of onboard storage.
Right.
See, that's kind of where I'm getting confused.
Yeah. No worries.
Yeah, I mean, and then beyond that, this runs Blackberry 7 OS, and this runs Blackberry 6, right? So, you know, the design itself
One
is
question we get, there won't be an upgrade to 7, because there's actually hardware required for 7.
That's right. The Blackberry 7 OS, you know, requires that next generation chipset, the 1.2 gigahertz processor, the upgraded graphics processing unit, and it's optimized, you know, for this hardware platform. So, you know, with that, you're getting a web experience on here that's 40% faster than what you got on Torch 9800. JavaScript loading on this is, you know, industry leading, and page load times are right on par with some of the other elite browsers that are out there. So, you know, you're really getting a best-in-class web experience on the Torch 9810.
Cool. Oh, I'm looking forward to owning some, so I can put them through all the crazy Blackberry tests. Man, how many BBM contacts do you think I can get on these new phones? I forgot
That's a great question. That's a great question.
Hey,
you're gonna have
stay
to
tuned for
try it out.
Blackberry BBM stress test 3.0. Let's do a web browser test in the meantime.
All right.
What are we pulling up? Now the cache has been cleared.
The cache has been cleared.
It's got some Blackberry right there. Wait.
So let's even start this from the home screen. You know, on 3, we'll tap on the browser.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, it might have been a little early, but
it's all right.
You know, the liquid graphics just shows you how quick these applications are going to open.
I'm pretty sure when we go to crackberry.com, we might get redirected the first time to m.crackberry, which is okay. We'll see what happens. 3, 2, 1, go. Requesting. You're loaded. So we're both on the mobile.
We're done.
Oh, we're both on the mobile site, but you crushed me. Well, that's more than 40% now.
You know, beautiful rendering, panning, zooming. I can pan and zoom all the time.
I feel like this thing is having. Yeah, that was kind of. Yeah, I don't want to say that was kind of sad on that. That would almost seem too slow. But okay, scroll to the bottom now.
Okay.
And then there'll be a link for. Let's put our cursors to work for finite control. And now this will be taking us to the big site. So 3, 2, 1, go. So again, you are crushing us here already. We got background loading, we got images loading, you got pretty smooth scrolling. Crackberry is notoriously a pretty heavy site, so I would expect a little checkerboarding even if somebody says there shouldn't be any, because it'll happen. We're working on that. We just
and you see when you zoom, right? When you zoom, how quick it re-renders.
Yeah, and this is going to be pretty choppy still until it's fully loaded.
So I mean, mean, this has got the most powerful WebKit.
So you're loaded now.
Yeah.
You're done.
This has got the most powerful WebKit rendering engine that we put into a BlackBerry to date, and it's optimized for HTML5. So you're going to get really great HTML5 video and HTML5 gaming experiences with BlackBerry 7
So I can pull
as well.
up a little video here and start playing a little YouTube on the. Very cool.
You'll see there's no lag, there's no buffer time really.
Yeah,
it's
very
just
fast.
instantaneous. And that's thanks to the enhanced platform chipset and everything, as well as liquid graphics.
And we can always jump to YouTube if we want to. Okay, well I think yeah, very nice. Really good. That's from the BlackBerry Press event in the UK this morning.
Oh, right on.
So we're going worldwide with this one. Looks great though. Cool.
Well, thanks for joining us. Thanks for spending the time, Kevin. Always
Killed it. Jeff, that was great. Lots of fun. Okay, good to see you. Enjoy it. Yep. Lots of work for you guys to do. Don't take too many nights off partying. Let's do it. Okay.